In this video, we're going to learn how to use the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula can be used to solve a quadratic equation that is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. If it's not in this form, we're going to first have to rearrange our equation so it looks like this. If we have a quadratic in this form, then we can use the quadratic equation. Notice a is the coefficient of the x squared term, b is the coefficient of the x term, and c is the constant term. So, if we look at the formula, we have x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c. And on the denominator, we have 2 times a. Okay, let's look at example A. We want to solve x squared plus 9x minus 2 is equal to 0. We start by recognizing that if there is nothing in front of the x squared, that means that our a value is equal to 1. So my next step is going to be writing down that a is equal to 1, b is equal to 9, and c is equal to negative 2. Now that we know that, we can fill in our equation. So x is equal to negative b, but in this case, our b is 9, so that's going to be negative 9 plus or minus the square root of 9 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 2. And that's all going to be divided by 2 times a, which is 1. So notice our b is 9, our a is 1, and our c is negative 2. Now we can simplify. So we have negative 9 plus or minus the square root, and I'm going to throw this whole expression into my calculator. If you've done it correctly, you should get negative 9 plus or minus the square root of 89 divided by 2. So what this tells us is that there's two different answers. There's one answer which is negative 9 plus the square root of 89 divided by 2. And the second answer is x is equal to negative 9 minus the square root of 89 divided by 2. It makes sense that we have two answers because when we were factoring, we also could find two answers to a quadratic equation. Now the next thing we can do is if we're asked for an approximate answer, we can plug in this whole expression into our calculator and find a decimal approximation. So to do that, we first have to put a bracket around the whole numerator, so negative 9 plus root 89, and then divide it by the denominator. And if you've done that correctly, you should get 0.22 as an approximation. Please check you're doing your rounding properly. We can do the same thing with the second one. We first put a bracket around the whole top, so negative 9 minus root 89 divided by 2. And that would be approximately negative 9.22. We can check this answer by plugging it into our original equation and checking that it's pretty close to 0. So if I went 0.22 squared plus 9 times 0.22 minus 2, I get a number that's very close to 0, so that shows me that my answer is probably correct. Okay, let's try example B. So first we're going to write down what everything is. A is equal to minus 3, B is equal to 4, and C is equal to 1. So x is going to be equal to negative b, so in this case it's negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 4 squared minus 4 times negative 3 times 1. And that's all going to be divided by 2a, so 2 times minus 3. So once again, notice that b is 4, so we have negative 4 and 4 squared. Notice that a is minus 3, so we have negative 3 multiplied in here and negative 3 on the bottom. And c is 1, so that's why we have negative 4 times negative 3 times 1. Now what we have to do is simplify inside that radical first. So we'll go -4 plus or minus, and we'll figure out what has happened inside the radical, and -6 is on the bottom. So plugging this into my calculator, I get 4 squared minus 4 times -3 times 1, and I should get the square root of 28. In the next part, I'm going to show you how to simplify this radical. If you haven't done radicals yet, you can skip ahead to the next example. So x is equal to -4 plus or minus the square root of 28. 28 is the same thing as 4 times 7, so we can write it as 4 times 7. That means x is equal to -4 plus or minus 2, because the square root of 4 is 2, times the root of 7, divided by -6. Now I can see that all coefficients and constant terms have a factor of 2, so I can divide every term by 2. That will give me -2 plus or minus root 7 divided by -3 as my simplified answer. In our next example, we have 4x squared is equal to 3 times 4x plus 5. Now, this is not in the form that we need to solve it, so our first step is going to be that we have to expand it. This is 4x squared is equal to 12x plus 15. We now need to bring everything to the same side, so this is 4x squared minus 12x minus 15 is equal to 0. Now I can see that a is equal to 4, b is equal to minus 12, and c is equal to minus 15. So x is equal to -b. Well, if our b is -12, that means we have positive 12 plus or minus the square root of -12 squared minus 4 times a times c divided by 2 times a, which is 4. And once again, we're going to simplify inside that radical first. So we have 12 plus or minus. We need to figure out what goes inside the radicand, and the bottom is 2 times 4, which is 8. That gives us 12 plus or minus the square root of 384. Once again, if you have not completed the radicals unit yet, you can skip ahead, but if you have, you can see that this will be 12 plus or minus the square root of 64 times 6. 64 times 6 is 384, divided by 8. So at this point, we can see all coefficients and constants have a common factor of 4. So we can divide all terms by 4. So we get 3 plus or minus 2 root 6 over 2 as our final answer. In our last example, we have x squared plus 6x plus 17 is equal to 0. In this case, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 6, and c is equal to 17. So we have x is equal to -b, which is -6, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 6 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 1, and c, which is 17. And we divide the whole thing by 2a, which is 2 times 1. So x is equal to -6 plus or minus the square root of, that gives me -32 on the inside of this radical divided by 2. But we know that we can never have a negative inside the square root. So what this tells us is that there's no real solution to this quadratic equation. And that can happen. We might not have a solution. Thank you for watching this video on using the quadratic equation. I hope it helped, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!